Good morning to everyone. In the last class, we learned about the crystal field theory. It means there will be splitting of electron should be takes place. In that, mainly we have to know about the features of CFT. First one is central metal ion is surrounded by ligands which contain one or more lone pair of electrons. Okay. And second one is bonding between the central metal ion and ligands that should be arises from the purely electrostatic interaction. This will be purely from electrostatic interaction. Next, third one is metal ion and ligands do not mix their orbital to share electrons. In that there will be no hybridization will takes place, but in the VBT there will be hybridization takes place. The intermixing of orbital should be takes place. Okay, next fourth one is the degeneracy of d orbitals in the metal ion is destroyed by the ligands when a complex is formed. It means degeneracy means the d orbitals are present in the same energy level, but in the different state, that state have a same energy level. That same energy level should be destroyed. This d orbital should be bonded with the ligands. Okay, when a complex is formed, it means some of the d orbital gets into higher energy and some of them gets into lower energy. This splitting is called it as a crystal field splitting. In that you have to know about you have to learn in the last class is grouping of d orbitals in two T2G and EG sets. Okay, it means d orbitals are oriented in different directions. They should be oriented in different directions, and when the ligands approach towards central metal ion, the d orbital should be split into two sets, that is T2G and the EG set. We know that d orbitals have a dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, dz square. These are the 5 suborbitals present in the d orbitals. The two sets of orbitals is T2G and EG. T2G is dxy, dyz, dxz. It is lie between the axes. Okay, it means at a lower energy level, and EG along the axis, it means higher energy level. Okay, in that this splitting is called as a crystal field splitting. And in this class we learnt about the octahedral complexes. Crystal field splitting in octahedral complexes. Crystal field splitting in octahedral complexes. Octahedral complexes, that is coordination number is equal to 6. Okay, in that we have to know about axial and equatorial bond. Axial and equatorial bond. Okay, axial and equatorial position or a bond, it means the axial bond should be present in up and down. Okay, I am giving an example. Okay, and the angle should be 90 degree. Okay, here I am giving the general complex. The one complex is there. Okay, and in that this is the central metal ion, okay, and these are all ligand, and this is the axial position. This is the axial position, and this is the equatorial position. The axial position means that should be parallel, okay. We have to consider the axial position means that should be parallel to central metal ion, okay. This is the axial position and this is the equatorial position. In that, the length between the axial and the equatorial position, the length is same. It means the length between the axial and the equatorial position is same. Angle is 90 degree. Angle is 90 degree, okay. Here I am giving an example, SF6 complex. SF6 complex, here you have to know that sulfur F, and this is the solid line, solid wedge, F, F, F and F, okay. So here position, and this is also F, okay. And here this have a 90 degree, okay, and this is also have a 90 degree. This have a 90 degree and this also have a 90 degree. Here this is called the axial. I explained that there will be parallel to the central metal ion. This is axial and this is equatorial. Did you get it? How to recognize the axial and equatorial? It means that should be parallel to the central metal ion. Here this is the axial and this is also axial position, and this is the equatorial position, okay. The angle is should be 90 degree, and here the axial bond and the equatorial bond length is always equal. Axial and equatorial bond length is equal for octahedral complex only. For octahedral complex only, we have to know that the bond length of axial and equatorial should be equal for the octahedral complexes. If axial is greater than equatorial, if axial is greater than equatorial, it is trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal. If axial is less than equatorial, that is pentagonal bipyramidal. It means if axial bond length of axial and equatorial should be same, the complex is in octahedral shape. If axial bond length is greater than equatorial bond length, the complex should be trigonal bipyramidal. If axial less than equatorial bond length, pentagonal bipyramidal. This is all about the mainly axial and the equatorial bond that should be present in the octahedral. It is parallel to central metal ion, that should be call it as axial position, and this will call it as a equatorial position. Here also you have to find that This is the axial position and this is the equatorial position, and the angle should be in 90 degree. You have to know about that, and the bond length should be also a equal for octahedral. For trigonal bipyramidal, axial is greater than equatorial. For pentagonal bipyramidal, axial is less than equatorial. Next we move on to the ML6 type of coordination compound in the octahedral complex. I am telling only in the octahedral complexes. ML6. Here M is the central metal ion and X, X prime and Y, Y prime, Z, Z prime are the ligands. Okay, here now the ligands are approaches along the axis. Along the axis it means towards the central metal ion. Along the axis means towards the central metal ion. Do you get it? Towards the central metal ion to form a coordinate complexes. Towards metal ion to form coordinate complex. Okay, mainly we have to know about that. The ligands approaches along the axis towards metal ion to form coordinate complex. This is the main thing. And in this metal ion, it means complexes, there is some features are there and there is some conditions we have to know about that. First one is in octahedral complexes, in octahedral complexes, it is not a condition, it mainly characteristics. We have to know about the characteristic complexes. The metal is at center of the octahedron. Metal is at center of the octahedron. Okay, and ligands at corners. It means how the ML6 type of coordination compounds, in that how the ligand should be split the d metal orbitals from the central metal ion. These are the main thing we have to know about this metal ion. In that we have to mainly know about that in the octahedral complexes, the metal is at center. Here the metal is at center, the ligand should be at corners. Okay, you know that the X, Y, Z are the ligands, corners of the octahedron. We have to know about that. In the last class we learned that there will be two splitting is there, that is one is T2G and other is EG. The EG orbitals means dx square minus y square and dz square of the metal atom, of the metal atoms, that should be directed. Metal atoms are directed along the axis. Okay, here the dx square minus y square and dz square Eg level of the central metal atom, that should be directed along the axis, and T2G, and the T2G, it means dxy dyz comma dxz. Okay, that should be point between the x, y and z. Okay, it means the Eg level should be dx square minus y square and dz square of the metal atoms are directed along the axis. Okay, that should be towards the central metal atom, and T2G level, the point between the, that should be point between the x, y and z, the point towards only x, y, z. Okay, it means the T2G orbital should have the lower energy and EG orbital have the higher energy in that. Okay, here T2G EG level that should be directed along the axis. It means they have a higher energy. The T2G means that should be pointed between the X and Y, X, Y, Z. That should be having the lower energy. Okay, here we have to know about that there are 6 ligands are present. Okay, 6 ligands are present, that is X, Y, Z and minus X, minus Y, minus Z. It means X prime, Y prime and Z prime. Okay, directions will increases the energy, will increases the energy. Okay, will increases the energy of the EG orbital. Here I am telling is the ligand should be increases the energy of the EG orbital. In the last class we learnt about that. What is that? When the central metal atom that should be bonded with the ligands, the degeneracy should be destroyed. Degeneracy means same energy level. Here the degeneracy is destroyed means there is no same energy level. In that the energy will be increases the energy of the EG orbital more than the T2G level. In that we know that EG has higher energy and T2G has lower energy. Okay, in that we know the main things. Okay, and here there is a one energy level diagram is there. I am writing. This is the energy level diagram. Here this will be the energy increasing. Okay, here the energy will be goes on increasing. This is the d orbitals. In the d orbitals there are 5 suborbitals are present: xy, yz, zx, z square, x square minus y square. Okay, here in that the 3 will be, it means xy, yz, zx are T2G level and z square, x square minus y square are EG level. Okay, in that this orbital 5 degenerate d orbitals on central metal ion which are free from ligand. It means there will be degenerate. It means they have a same energy but different states are there, but they have a same energy because the central metal ion should not be bonded with any ligand. Okay, here there will be higher energy. These d orbitals goes on higher energy. Okay, that should be orbitals are degenerate. Here when the ligand should be bonded in this central metal atom, the ligand should be bonded. These 5d orbitals should be split into 2 groups. One is dz square and dx square minus y square, that is EG level, and another one is dxy, dyz, dzx, that is T2G level. Here this line is no splitting. Okay, and this will be the differences, that is plus 0.6 delta O. This is not a 0, delta O. O means octahedral and this difference is minus 0.4 delta O. This is the splitting of d orbitals, EG level and the T2G level. Here EG in the higher energy state and T2G in the lower energy state. In that we have to know about that the d orbitals of the metal atom split into 2 groups of different energy. Here they have a different energies. Okay, next the difference in energy between the 2d levels is called crystal field splitting energy. It means the difference between these two energy level, that should be called it as a crystal field splitting energy. Okay, in that should be denoted as delta O, that is crystal field splitting energy in octahedral field. Okay, it means delta O is equal to O means octahedral, and in that you have to know about that in the Eg orbitals, here the Eg orbitals are present. In that there are plus 0.6 delta O. It means the energy difference is 0.6. okay, that should be the above the average level. This value should be above the average level. For Eg, the difference is above the average level, and T2G there is minus 0.4 delta O, so that's why that should be present in below the average level. Therefore here in that the electron should be enters into the T2G level first. You have to get it. It means which energy level have the below average, in that energy level the electron should be enters into that energy level. Here for Eg there will be what, above the energy level is there, and for T2G below the energy level is there. So that's why the electron should be enters into the T2G level first, and that electron stabilizes the energy level, and then electron enters into the Eg level. That Eg level is a destabilizes. Here T2G level, that is high stabilizing energy, and this energy level as a destabilizing the energy level. Do you get it? It means Eg level as 0.6 delta O, and this is above the energy level difference, and this is 0.4 delta O. This is the below the energy level. So that's why the electrons enters into the T2G level. That electrons is more stable compared to Eg level. Okay, this should be, this stabilization is called it as a crystal field stabilization energy. You have to know about that, the characteristics. In that we have to know that the octahedral complexes, the metal is at center of the octahedron and ligands at the corners. Metal, this should be d orbital, transition metal is there, and the ligand should be at the corner. There will be Eg level and T2G level. Okay, and this will have the increases the energy level of the Eg orbital than the T2G level. So Eg has higher energy, T2G has the lower energy. Okay, in that this is the energy level diagram. Here 5 suborbitals are there. These 5 suborbitals degenerate d orbitals because they have a same energy level, because they are not bond with the ligands. And when increase the energy level, hypothetical degenerate the d orbitals at higher energy level. Again the d orbital should be degenerate. In that the splitting will be obtained. In this position the ligand should be bonded with the central metal ion. The splitting will be formed Eg and the T2G level. Here there is no splitting. Okay, it means here Eg level delta naught means energy difference, okay, of the energy difference of the octahedral complexes. Eg has the 0.6 delta O and T2G has the minus 0.4 delta O. The Eg level above the energy level is there, and for T2G below the energy level. Okay, in that which one have the lower energy, the electron should be enters into that orbital. Okay, in comparing to Eg and T2G, T2G have the lower energy level, so that's why electrons enters into the T2G level orbitals, and that electrons have a more stabilizing energy compared to Eg. Okay, here the electrons destabilizes the energy because Eg has the higher energy level. Okay, these are all about the crystal field splitting energy, and in the next class we learnt about the crystal field stabilization energy. In that there will be weak ligand and the strong ligand, how it will differentiate the central metal atom, and the which one is more stabilizing energy and which one has the less stabilizing energy. You have to mind it in your mind. It means which energy level has the lower energy level, that electron should be enters into that orbital. It might be T2G or maybe EG level. Okay, for octahedral complexes, T2G has lower energy, EG has the higher energy. For other complexes, there might be vice versa. Okay, which energy level has lower energy level, the electron should be enters into that orbital, and that electron should stabilize the energy. Here, when the electrons next enters into the EG level, that electron should destabilizing the energy. Okay, did you get it?